Oh my God.
Timbaland and Magoo.
And so when I went to high school, I just wanted to be like Timbaland.
So this is so cool, man.
Yes.
So you wanted to be in production.
My dream was to be a music producer.
Bro, me and you now, let's talk.
Here we go. I finished high school. Sorry, something happened before I go to high school that changed my life.
Let's return.
When I was in class 8, there used to be a neighbor of mine who was a good friend. And this neighbor of mine, and God bless his soul, his name was Charlie. Charlie was the first guy to ever take me to a club, a jam session. And I remember he took me to Vibestar. Immediately, I cleared my class 8 like this.
And you finished class 8 in what year?
In 1999.
Okay.
In 1999. Just before we went to 2IK when they said the computers were all going to crash. You remember that era?
Very well.
So here
Cisco had a song. We're going.
Ooh.
That's how I remember it.
So here we go. And Charlie takes me to Vibestar, my first ever club session. I'll never forget it. DJ Brayo is the one playing. Brayo now works for Spice FM. Yes. He's the... he does traffic and music controlling there, but he's in charge of some form of quality control for that station. DJ Brayo went there, first time club session. It was a mixture of emotions for me. I had some little cash. That was the first time I bought alcohol. First time. Yes. I remember, I think I bought a Guinness or a milk stout. I can't remember. I used to see the TV ads and I went like, this looks cool. Let me try this. Let me just tell you, I hated that experience. I loved the music, I loved the dancing, I hated the alcohol experience. Because later on, a few hours in, it messed up with me wanting to dance. And so...
Balance.
It messes up with my balance. And so I told myself, if I am coming here again, I am never taking alcohol.
For real?
For real. And from that point and throughout my high school, we would go clubbing, but I wouldn't drink because I loved music so much and I just wanted to dance when it was playing. And so, God rest his soul, Charlie died. That guy died when I was a teenager. Whoa. And that was the first death of a friend. And it really affected me. And I went like, man, yani you can die young. You can die young. Live meaningful. I remember having that chat with my mom, and my mom said, make sure your life is meaningful, son. Make sure your life is meaningful. Do right, do good. After that, check into high school. My mom, my dad, and my cousin Jane, they take me to high school. I remember my dad came with a pickup. Me and my cousin were at the back, me and my cousin Jane. And then we went to Mohoho with a box and stuff. And we locked in. And my dad paid school fees for that one whole year. God bless this man. And you get? So I'm like, good to see this guy. I was so happy to see him. Next time I saw him, I was finishing my 4th year. This guy. Yeah. I mean, I thought, this is now the start of, maybe I'll see him more often, nini. Check into high school. Checking into high school, one of the most meaningful relationships I made in high school was with a guy known as Shahid Senga.
So you check into high school
yes.
99?
No, 2000.
Oh, 2000 now.
Yes,
so
2000.
Yes, you're finishing 99.
Yeah, because it's 2000, 201, 202, 203, high school.
Okay.
Menishika.
Yes.
2000, I check in, I met this guy known as Shahid. And me and Shahid clocked because back then in government high schools, majority of the people, remember when you go to Mohoho and school goes on a break, again, a lot of Kikuyu is happening. So that's how my Kikuyu slightly improved because of that environment, because of being in Mogumoine and being in Mohoho.
You and mom, it was English and Swahili?
No, me and my mom, it was Swahili most of the
Swahili,
time.
okay.
Yes, it
Okay.
was Swahili.
Okay.
And so I come, I meet this guy, and one day I realize this guy, me and him, we like the same guy. Who is this guy? Timbaland.
Oh, I thought
Timothy Mosley.
Uh-huh.
You want to say what?
Tupac.
I know. I remember around 08 or 09 when I started listening to Rick Dees.
Capital FM.
Rick Dees would back announce. It was Rick Dees and this Sunday guy. His name is keeping mind. He used to have a countdown also on Capitol. Wild Baby Love.
My thank you has reminded us.
Wild Baby Love. And all these people would back announce the producers. And then Timbaland used to be a monster hit maker in that era.
Yep. Well,
And
Aaliyah,
oh my God.
Timbaland and Magoo.
And so when I went to high school, I just wanted to be like Timbaland.
So this is so cool, man.
Yes.
So you wanted to be in production.
My dream was to be a music producer.
Bro, me and you now, let's talk.
So when I went to high school, that dream was locked on. I want to be a music producer.
But you're not playing any instrument.
I am not playing any instrument
You
at all.
just like the
I
guy
just
who's making this thing. I like
the
it.
people who are making this thing, I like it. And I met Shahid, and Shahid, I just realized he also liked this guy. And Shahid introduced me to another new genre that was neo soul. People like Love Child, Music Soul Child, India Arie, Jill Scott, and a whole new vibe. And Shahid is a very interesting guy. Shahid is raised in Dandora.
Oh, for real?
And I'm like, how do you know these people? These people are not even played in radio that much.
Yeah.
But I realized Shahid was a Capital FM kind of guy.
Yes, Capital FM used to play that.
Capital FM kind of guy. And so me and Shahid were best friends in high school.
In primary,
Yes.
by the time you're liking Timbaland,
Yes.
had you fallen for Jermaine Dupri?
I was there. I was into Timbaland,
Babyface.
Jermaine Dupri, Dr. Dre, Shakespeare, the guy who was producing for DMX, Swiss Beats. Unaniget? This whole era of producers that were there, Young Guru, they're all coming now.
So when
Yes.
you used to listen to music,
I am listening, finding out who produced. That's where my mind is.
Dark Child,
Rodney
Rodney
Jackins.
Jackins, I get it.
Nanishika.
By the way, I'm very excited about that.
All these
Johnny J.
this guy who did for Michael Jackson and very many R&B songs. Teddy Riley.
Yeah, Teddy Riley.
So that was my line. My line was listen to a song, wait until the presenter back announces. Me have noticed now back announcing is very light on radio. It's light.
Okay.
Yani these presenters are just not going deep.
Bro, you're doing now a class in session.
Man.
In fact, you know what?
Yes.
You're doing a class in session. We're coming back to talk about this back announcing.
Sawa sawa.
Let's do this. It's change batteries.
Change batteries.
Batteries will be back.
Safi sana.